Bizworld. Malaysia's economy grew 5.6% year-on-year in the first quarter of 2023. The higher growth versus the same quarter last year was underpinned by higher household spending, continued investment activities, firm labour market and higher tourism activities.
Sector continued to expand. The services sector benefited from improvement in both consumer and business-related subsector, supported by the continued recovery in tourist arrival and progress of construction activity. Meanwhile, growth in the manufacturing sector was supported by consumer cluster amid ongoing fulfillment of motor vehicle backlogs and continued growth in the E&E cluster.
Retail spending have exceeded pre-pandemic. Vehicle sales have exceeded pre-pandemic. And that is also reflected in the numbers. Private consumption is about, 5.9%, grew by 5.9%. Services sector has improved, continues to improve. Wages continues to improve.
Net exports have also remained positive at 54.4% compared to the 23% for the fourth quarter of last year. However, GDP in the ASEAN region grew at a slower rate, particularly in Vietnam and the Philippines. While based on advanced estimates, Singapore's economy grew marginally by 0.1% and Indonesia remained at 5%. The country's economy is expected to grow between 4 and 5% this year.
I don't think it is too late for...
Meanwhile, the 5.6% GDP growth for the first quarter is seen as positive, as both domestic demand and net exports grew by 4.6% and 54.4% respectively. Bank Muamalat Chief Economist Muhammad Afzanizam Abdul Rashid said the economy is also on track to achieve 4 to 5% growth this year. He added the upside risks would stem from global commodity prices, imported plantation from weak ringgit, strong demand from China, and a larger revision to subsidies and price cap policies. Meanwhile, the recent overnight rate policy OPR hike was appropriately justified as the growth trajectory has normalized. Afzanizam expects the OPR to stay at 3% throughout the year. Bank Negara Governor Tan Sri Nur Shamsiah Yusof said the Asian Monetary Fund AMF could be the next step for Malaysia in strengthening regional financial cooperation.
At the end of the day, we do not want to see what we had in the Asian financial crisis, right? We have regional financial stability that had impacted the regional economy. So ASEAN, together with the +3, Korea, Japan and China, we have come together to see how best then do we continue to have an efficient arrangement regionally to make sure that we continue to preserve regional financial stability. So, the Asian Monetary Fund could be the next step.
Among the initiatives put in place to foster regional financial stability since the Asian financial crisis are the Chiang Mai Initiative Multilateralization Agreement and the ASEAN +3 Macroeconomic Research Office or AMRO. Malaysia also has signed a local currency framework with both Thailand and Indonesia and was among the first to sign a swap agreement with China to use yuan to settle trade and investment between the two nations. The Finance Ministry, the Transport Ministry and relevant agencies are expected to hold a series of meetings next week to discuss funding models for the Pulau Pinang Light Rail Transit LRT project. The project is one of the main components of the Pulau Pinang Transport Master Plan.
MOF has called a meeting. So MOF has called a meeting, I think, next week. Then the relevant ministries, including MOT and the agencies will meet MOF to decide and to look at the funding model.
Last week, the federal government announced additional funds to expedite the completion of the Pulau Pinang LRT project to ease traffic congestion in the state. The construction of the LRT line is to connect Bayan Lepas and Komta. And that's all the time we have for Bizworld this time around. I'm Muhammed. Thank you for investing your time with us.